Alright, welcome back, pre-algebra students. Today I'm going to be going over T3, which was our assignment last night. So, question number 1, determine whether they are similar. And this first one might be a little confusing because they twisted one. But I'm going to take this first shape, this first cone here, and I'm going to flip it by just drawing my own version. So my own version looks like this. It has a radius of 5. It has a height of 12. And it has this slant height, which is 13. So now I can figure out if they are similar by setting up proportions. So I could say 13 corresponds to 5. And let's say that we're going to do height. 12 corresponds to 4, right? So what we first set up was 13, this slant height corresponds to 5. And then 12, the height of the cone, corresponds to 4. And so now that I have this proportion set up, I can cross multiply. 5 times 12, which is 60, and then divide that by 13. And it has to give you exactly 4. And what I got was something like 4.62. So what I would be able to say is that these are not similar, because they did not form a proportion. Now, some people get confused. They'll say, well, why didn't you use the radius? Well, we didn't have to. We could have. But in order to figure out if a shape is similar, you only have to find a proportion between two dimensions. So if you look at this next shape, we could go and do this one and this one, right? And then we could maybe do this and this to figure out if it's a proportion. So we would say 4 corresponds to 6, 10 corresponds to 15. Now we're going to multiply across. 6 times 10 is 60. 60 divided by 4 is 15. And so since it is 15, yes, these are similar. That's how you do the first two. On question number 3, the solids are similar. Find the missing dimension. And so, looks like there's 2, right? So let's solve for S on the first one. So all I have to figure out is I have to compare things that are similar, so in the same position. So let's say 4. 4 corresponds to 3. And that means that 6 is in the same position and corresponds to S. So now I would go 3 times 6, which is 18. And then I would divide that by 4. And that gives me that S is equal to 4.5. And so this one is 4.5, and this one is 4.5. Now, they want us to find this slant height. So once again, I'm going to find two things that I can, that are in similar positions or corresponding positions. And we could even use the new one that we just found. So let's say we did 6 corresponds to 4.5. And then 5 is in the same position as this L. So we could say 5 corresponds to L. Now we're going to cross multiply. So 4.5 times 5 equals, and then you're going to divide that by 6. That means that our L, our slant height, is equal to 3.75. S was equal to 4.5, L was equal to 3.75, and that's how you do number 3. And once again, on number 4, we're trying to find what H is. So let's look for corresponding things that are in the same position. So I would say 3 corresponds to 1. 1.5 corresponds to h. Now you would multiply across, so 1.5, and then you would divide that by 3. 1.5 divided by 3 is a half. So h would be equal to 0.5. On this one, they want us to find the surface area of B. So I'm just going to label this as A. This is our A. And this is our B. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was surface area of A over surface area of B is equal to a length from A over a length from B squared. That's the formula that we're going to use. So the surface area of A is 198 over the surface area of B, which is our unknown. That's what we don't know. That's going to be equal to 6, the length from A, over 8, the length from B, squared. Now, before we square it, we have to pay a little bit of attention to this. We want to simplify this. So 6/8 simplified. What goes into 6 and 8? Well, they're both even, so we know that 2 goes into both of them. So I'm going to rewrite this as 198 over x is equal to 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes into 8 4 times, and then we have to square that. So that's going to be 198 over x is equal to 9, which is 3 squared, over 4 squared, which is 16. Now, we're going to cross multiply and then divide by 9. And that'll tell us the surface area of B. So I've got 198 times 16, 3,168. And then I'm going to divide that by 9 to give me a surface area of B is equal to 352 meters squared, because it is an area. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Number 6 is very similar to number 5, but it is different. We have surface area of A. We have volume of A over volume of B is equal to a length from A over a length from B, this time cubed. So, volume of A, we don't know. So I'm going to put x. Volume of A is x. Volume of B is 54. And that's equal to a length from A. It would be 8 over a length from B. That's going to be 3. And this is to the third power. Now, in the last one, we checked to see if this could simplify. And there's nothing we can simplify here, so we're just going to use that. We'd have x over 54 is equal to 8 to the third power. 512. 3 to the third power is 27. So now we're going to cross multiply and then divide by 27. So I have 54 times 512 equals, divided by 27 gives us 1,024. So volume of A is equal to 1,024 millimeters, and because it's volume, it is cubed. And that's how you do the homework.